Hi guys, this is Tony here from Metal Roos. You're about to sit down and enjoy an interview I just did um, over there. And so do like and subscribe so you can get all this straight into your streaming and into your consciousness as soon as it arrives. So enjoy the interview, and I will. Over to you, Tony.
Well, welcome, Jeff from Onslaught to the show. How are you going? It's
I'm
a
doing great, my friend. Great to be here.
real pleasure to talk to you. You've been
Thank
one
you,
of
sir.
my bands that I've listened to for a very, very long time.
Yeah,
Uh, 40 years you've been going now, right?
yeah.
It just blows my mind.
40 years since the first album.
Sorry, 40, yeah, that's right. But a
Yeah,
lot, you've
yeah.
been, yeah,
Band's been going since '82, I think.
82. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. I can't believe I saw you guys in 89 and 90. Marquee and the Astoria, that 2 year, it was just bloody crazy, but went absolutely off. Just was nuts.
cool.
Now you've got a new album coming out.
We do.
Origins of Aggression.
Origins,
Origins, you know what I mean?
oranges,
Yeah,
oranges. Yeah.
Origins of Aggression.
Yes. So it's a
I'm-
fruit. It's a fruity album.
it's a fruity album. I apologize. Origins of Aggression. Yeah. So, you sort of going back over your catalogue
Yes.
for the first
Yeah.
disc
hmm
on this. Was that a difficult choice to work out what was going to go on?
Um. No, not at all. To put it into perspective, um, basically, as a the whole album is a celebration of the 40th anniversary of Power from Hell, the first
Hmm.
Onslaught album. So rather than the usual sort of just re-recording the whole album per se in its entirety,
Hmm.
I thought we'd do something a little, just something a little more interesting and basically do an Onslaught history lesson. Then, if you like,
Hmm.
the tracks that were chosen for the first disc, to be perfectly honest, as the founding member of Onslaught, Nige obviously had the majority of say on what goes on there because
Hmm.
there's no point me going like, well, pretend I was in the band, what would I have chosen? Do you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But
Fair
I
enough.
mean, I've been in the band for now on 20 years now,
Hmm.
um, but I wasn't in the band for the first for the first few albums, it wasn't my place to do that.
Hmm.
Saying that with the cover versions, because me and Nigel were into similar music, growing up, I did make some suggestions. It wouldn't be great if we did this, and because we were kind of listening to the same things anyway. So anyway, I digress. So for the first disc,
Hmm.
I just basically thought, okay, well, these are great examples of of the band, that shows off what the band was all about. So that's why we did, that's why we did those tracks. But
It's a
like,
great mix.
thank you, mate.
Hmm.
And the whole idea was if nobody's heard Onslaught's back catalogue before, because there's a load of folks that just know Onslaught from the Reformation onwards,
Hmm.
um, which is great. But we wanted to introduce people to the back catalogue, like I said, as part of a history lesson, and for want of a better description.
I think
So
yeah, it's a great way of tripping down memory lane. I put it on and I was like, gosh, this takes me back. I mean, I listen to your albums all the time, but when you go and actually are forced to listen to ones that are not on in order of the album,
yeah,
you sort of think about things in a different way, and of course also recorded slightly differently because it's
Mm.
some of the older songs now are new members.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Well, the whole point with that is we didn't want to fuck around with the zeitgeist, with the whole sort of feeling of the original tracks. But we did want to bring some modern production that, not to sanitize it, but just to make it sound more aggressive, because modern techniques can do that.
Mm.
So we just wanted to make it sound more aggressive, um, sharper, so you can actually hear what's going on, to give them a more modern representation rather than rewrite them.
Yeah.
So just simply wanted to keep them sounding as authentic as possible, but with the current lineup to give it that aggression that the current lineup's got.
And I think it does that. I mean, with that, I mean, obviously, the fantastic thermonuclear disaster of planet Earth. I mean, devastation of
Mm.
planet Earth. What a great title of a song, anyway. But you put
Yeah.
that on, open up, and it has that real brutality that I first got when I first heard it all that
Mm.
time ago. And so it feels fresh, but also very reminds me of good memories. So that's
Fresh but nostalgic.
That's it. Fresh but nostalgic. That's a very good way of putting it. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Because I mean, again, good picks, but the second disc, mate, blew my head away. It was like
Cool.
listening to me at being 16. I'm a huge Killing Joke fan, always have been.
Okay.
And when I
Superb.
suddenly looked down the list and there's there, I went, ooh, and then all this Discharge and UK subs and Exploited, and it's like, oh my God, my head's going to explode. This is amazing.
Excellent. Excellent.
Absolutely amazing. Sort of, and Judas Priest, Motorhead. What a great mix!
Cool.
Must have had a lot of fun doing that.
It was an absolute blast. The difficult thing was, we had a list of tracks that was fucking huge,
Hmm.
and the hardest thing was to narrow that down to the ones that were actually going to make it onto the album. So,
Hmm.
but it's an absolute blast. Like I said, I love all that sort of. Back in the day, the Sex Pistols was the first
Yep.
band that made me change the way I dressed. That's how, that's how important they were. So to actually, to play a Pistols track on there is for me was just like absolutely
Yeah,
fantastic.
and a good choice as well, right? Like, I mean,
Thank you, mate. Yeah,
a good choice
yeah,
for the track. I mean,
yeah.
and because obviously I'm a huge Pistol fan. I've got a big tattoo of Sid Vicious on my back. Well, there's a good reason
Oh,
for that,
nice,
right? Okay,
nice, nice.
yeah, yeah. So the thing about it is you look down that list of all the songs and you go, I wouldn't know where I would go. Like
Mm.
I know all those bands like Sabbath and the Dead Kennedys and GBH. Oh my God, how brilliant is you got a GBH on there? You go, I wouldn't know where I'd go. Like I'd be stuck to try and think of tracks that because I want to know me. I go, I'll put really obscure UK subs one on, like,
Yeah. Well, the whole point with those tracks is they were literally some of the most influential songs that encouraged sort of the original Onslaught guys and Nige
Hmm.
to pick up their instruments and start playing in the first place, and then for Nige to form Onslaught, and then obviously go on to to record and release Power from Hell,
Hmm.
hence the Origins of Aggression sort of title.
Hmm.
So all the songs on there were on there for specific reasons. So if you buy when you buy the vinyl or
I will.
the CD, folks, um, every track has got a series of notes that Nige put down,
Oh,
explaining exactly why that track is on the album.
oh, I have to
So
get that.
each track has got a backstory.
Yeah, that's important because then, like you said, people would have listened to you from the Reformation onwards. If
Mm.
they again get this is really smart. I think this is a wonderful idea of doing this because they'll listen to that and go, and they'll not only that, but then hopefully they'll go and say, I don't know Killing Joke. I'll go and put a Killing Joke album on,
Yeah,
and then their whole world is opened to them that
yeah,
they probably wouldn't have got to before. So I think that's a lovely move on your part.
brilliant. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, mate.
Mm,
Yeah, it was like I said, it was an absolute blast recording it. So we were really really happy with the way it turned out.
yeah.
Again, it's quite funny. One of the first things, because obviously copies have gone up for review.
Mm.
One of the first lines are when bands re-record their back catalogue. More often than not, it's a fuck up.
Mm.
Don't do it. Uh, by far, the vast majority of reviews that we've had in have said this time it works. So we're really really happy with that.
I,
But I think a lot of that is to do with, as I said, we wanted to keep the original, you know, the original balls. We didn't want to cut the balls off the tracks, you know.
No, I think you're right. I mean, I said I know your music so well. Like, it's not like I mean, if I if I haven't heard it a million times, I'd be surprised. So you put on. I put this on, not knowing what to expect, Jeff, not
Mm,
knowing where was it going to come from. I thought, what are they going to do with this? You know, is it
mm,
going to suddenly, am I, like you said, go, oh no, why did you do that to Power from Hell? Oh no, you know, like,
yeah.
but you didn't. In fact, little one. In fact, it made me just feel like 16 again, wearing denim,
Ah,
standing at the
yeah.
marquee, you know, getting in underage, and just just romping around with a load of sweaty old dudes.
That's absolutely perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, and I think you should. This is what I think most of the audience of your fans and us as fans will
Mm,
feel
that's brilliant. Yeah.
when they put it on their turntables or in their CD players or on their cassette decks or wherever they do it.
Mm,
They're gonna be like, "Oh man, yeah, it's 1989 again. It's 1985 again." Like, you know.
yeah. Well, this is the plan for the Australian tour later in the year in November. It's our intention to bring 1985 back to Australia.
Oh,
So that's exactly what we're looking to do, mate. The set list is going to be there's going to be no subtleties in it whatsoever.
oh,
It's going to be punk, thrash, crossover, loud, obnoxious, in your face,
brilliant,
sweaty, old school fucking chaos.
fantastic.
That's exactly what we're intending on bringing.
Because you're playing in my hotel, you're playing Canberra, which is very rare. So it's gonna be absolutely amazing.
Cool, excellent stuff.
Yeah,
We, we,
your first time
we,
here, isn't it?
it's our very first time there. I'm absolutely fucking buzzing, mate. Seriously buzzing about it.
Yeah.
And I've heard good things about Australian metalheads, so I'm expecting
Oh
it.
man, we go off.
I'm expecting you guys to put on a show.
Yes, I guarantee you, they will, because
Fantastic.
they're, you know, we live on an island. I've lived here now for 30 years, and you
Mm,
live on an island where no one, I mean, not that people come now, but very rarely do people come. You
yeah.
know, it's a long way to come, and that's no disrespect. It's a long way, and
Mm,
you've got all the other tours you've got to do in and out and everything. So when you do get here, we're like, oh yeah, just get in.
superb. No, I'm just literally, I'm just absolutely buzzing about it, mate. It's
Yeah,
gonna be something a bit special, I think.
yeah. I've already put my chiropractor on Edge of money, so.
Excellent.
Uh,
Excellent.
so
That's good.
obviously the new album will come out. It comes out very soon. Like it's not far away. It's
24th?
23rd. I thought.
23rd? Yeah.
It's only a few days away. So
Yeah. Yeah.
exciting to know what the world will think about it. I mean, you're
Yeah, man. It's gonna be. Let me check the fucking date.
I've got 23rd written here, but that might be
23rd. Then I'll go with what you say. Yes.
yeah. But I mean, you mean for people that don't know your band, I mean, you're part of the big four British thrash bands, really. You know, I mean, Sabbath, yourself, Eccentric. You know,
Mm.
just sort of those bands that it wasn't such an English thing. It wasn't an English
No.
sound, was it? Such an American sound.
Yeah, yeah.
But you guys
Or
took it and
Sonic as well. You know, obviously
yeah, yeah, of course, yes,
The
German as
German
well.
thrash had a very
Mm,
specific sort of sound to it
mm,
as well. Um, yeah, I completely agree. I think the thing with Onslaught, why the whole thrash metal thing appealed, is because they started off as a punk band.
mm, mm,
Onslaught was a punk band,
mm.
and then you add Motorhead into that equation, and then it transforms or morphs into a punky metal sound, which then equates to thrash. So it was like a logical progression. It was never going to be a new wave of British heavy metal band. It was never going to be a trad. It was started as a punk band, and if it was going to go metal, it was going to go thrash.
Yeah.
And I think the sound of the band is very much like that. I think even with the newer albums, there's still that punky sort of attitude to it, I
Yeah,
think.
I agree because I love that. Now, that's the point. That's why I like that sound that you guys made and that little scene that you had back then is
Mm.
because it went from that. I grew up in a house listening to punk, right? Brothers all punks, all the sort of stuff. And then you go, where do I go now? Where's the next logical step?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and suddenly bands like yourself come out and you go, oh God, this is it. This is the sweet spot because it had all the aggression and youthfulness of punk, but you also had the speed of Thrash, and you put them together, and you
yeah.
know,
Oh, the energy is just fucking phenomenal. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's just crazy. And as I said, right through all your albums, there's that signature, that DNA. I don't think it will ever go away.
I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
I think you're not gonna end up making a prog album, are you? You're gonna do what you do, right? That's it.
That's right. That's right. The next country and western album is
Oh,
yeah.
don't. Oh, I don't know. Onslaught the country album. No, no, don't do that. No,
No,
don't do
no,
that.
it's not. No. I don't think our songs would suit an unplugged session, put it that
No,
way.
no, 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 I don't think they would. Dear, dear. And as a bass player to a bass player, like
Oh, cool. Yes.
I'm not as good as you guys, but I just always curious to
I'm
know.
just good at pointing like this. That's what got me in the band.
Yeah, I got into bass player because not everyone had guitarists, so I was like, well, I'll pick up the bass then, shall I?
Do you know
Because
what? That's exactly the same reason that I got into it.
yeah,
That was back in the 80s,
yep,
where you had to be a fucking amazing guitarist just to be average.
yeah.
And I started off in guitar and I thought, fuck this, I'm playing the bass.
Yeah, yeah, I was saying like everyone wanted Steve Vai, and I was like, well, like, what? I just want to be in the band, and I can play
Yeah,
guitar. Like,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Yeah,
but I fell in
exactly.
love with it. I fell in love with it, and I wouldn't play another instrument now. Like,
Excellent. So yeah,
hello,
there he is.
hello.
There's one of them. Everybody. On six, I recorded all the bass parts in my flat in Cardiff on one of the hottest days of the summer in my underpants, sitting on the floor, going through a laptop, and then emailing all the bass lines to Denmark to be mixed into the album.
Oh my God.
So
Very good.
so unfortunately, the days of everybody sitting in the lounge in the analog studio are long
Yeah.
gone. Right?
It's a shame though, isn't it?
I really miss those days.
I was going to say there is a point where you yearn for that sort of together and warmth that you get with an in-studio recording, right?
But one thing I will say with that
Mm.
is when they sent the track, I immediately wrote back and say, okay, then the bass on that's wrong. And they're like, oh, fuck, and it fucking is as well. So I had to get all re-recorded anyway.
Well, there you go then, right? It's an exclusive. You got it right because I have done covers of Killing Joke stuff, and I find you either incredibly difficult to play or really easy. There's no in between with him.
But the thing is with songs like that, where the bass player's got such a fucking impeccable groove.
Yeah.
It's difficult sometimes to get those right. It's like early AC/DC stuff.
Yes.
We got the bass playing on that fucking. No, it isn't. The bass playing on that is absolutely precision.
Yeah.
That and the drum are locked in so tight.
Oh.
If you just deviate, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people don't get that it's the whole point is to build a foundation. And if you don't have that solid foundation, you can't build the rest of the track on it.
Well, you see,
No, so
that's why us bass players are in the union, right? Because they don't understand. Without us, what are they going to do?
exactly, exactly.
What are they going to do? But I mean, honestly, though, Jeff, I just want to say thank you very much for all the years that you have given us this brilliant music. I'm genuinely chuffed I can chat to you.
Absolute
It
pleasure,
just
my friend.
honestly, you told 16 me at the front of the marquee. You're going, oh yeah, you'll chat to the band in computer in 30 odd years time. You go, oh shut up, you're talking about you would think they were mad. It's
So what gig you come into on the
the
tour?
Canberra one, the Canberra show.
Canberra? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll make sure that we grab a few beers there then, yeah.
yeah, sounds really good, man. I'm looking forward to
I've
it.
heard that Australians are not really into drinking beer, but
Okay.
I'll try and I'll try.
Good luck. You might need to start practicing now. Although you're Welsh, right?
Oh gosh, man.
My father was a Welshman, so I know. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah, yeah.
Whereabouts?
He was born on the in sort of on the borders,
Okay,
near Monmouthshire, but he's still a Welshman. He still considers himself a
okay,
Welshman.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool.
Where Evans is, you can't go far wrong from there. I mean, that's what can I do?
Yeah, and yeah, I'm a Williams,
Yeah, what can we do? It's
so we make up 80% of the country already,
that's exactly right. That and Jones is right.
and the Johnson is the other 20.
That's right. That's right. Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Well, thanks for coming and chatting. I've really loved
Absolute pleasure, my friend.
the chinwag. Again, brilliant, mate. I really can't honestly emphasize how much when I put it on the other day when I got sent by the PR company, how it just made me smile, and I was so excited to come and chat because all the covers that are, I hate the word covers, but all your takes on the other songs,
Mm,
and then all your reimaginings of the ones, your classic songs. It was just the perfect package.
fantastic, mate. Massive, really seriously appreciate that, mate. Really do.
Yeah, perfect package because going from your wonderful back catalogue and into into the your influences is it's seamless.
Cool.
And
Cool.
yeah, going on starting with Iron Fist. Woo,
Ah,
brilliant.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's another one, man. Well done playing that one on bass.
Well, yeah, that was an absolute blast playing that song. And again, a little story behind that one is I was in school. I'd won a prize, an art prize in school, and I was home for lunch in the afternoon. And we were meant to go to it was in a church. We had to go in front of our parents and whatever and accept our little prize, for being doing the best drawing of the year in the school, and then walk back. So during my lunch break, I've just bought the single of Iron Fist. So I put that on, and I headbang so furiously if I can put my neck out.
Yeah.
I completely pulled a muscle in my neck and my shoulder. So, so I basically walked up to take my prize later in the afternoon like a hunchback. I was just like that. Thank you.
Oh, good
So
old
so then,
days.
then playing that track many years later was just like, yeah.
That's right. And you know what? Now, hopefully, in the future, you play that live with someone. Someone's going to go next day. Go, I've done my bloody neck in. Like,
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I will.
because,
Yes.
but don't you miss those days where you had no? We were poor as church mouse, and you got a single because you saved for it, and then you
Yeah,
played it. You played it till it went thin,
yeah,
and you knew it. You knew it
exactly. And
intimately.
and the ritual,
Oh
the
yeah.
ritual, putting on it's I love the juxtaposition of when you're putting on, especially sort of like loud, aggressive music,
Hmm.
but you had to be sort of delicate,
Yes.
beforehand. So it's kind of like a violent Japanese tea ceremony. Where they have to be so careful to put down this that little bit crackle and then chaos.
Oh God, I can't get it. My image now. I've got this image of this 6'4" bear of a man, wearing a Slayer shirt, just gently wiping his record before he puts it down onto the
Yeah,
record
yeah,
deck.
yeah. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, delicate, delicate. There you go.
Yeah,
Crackle,
well, I
crackle.
mean that's what I said.
Stand back, stand back.
Yeah, no one can touch my stereo. It's like you're not touching my stereo. It's like my dad used to say that to me. Don't touch my
Yeah,
stereo. Now I got the
yeah,
same. You don't touch my stereo. Let's leave it alone.
yeah. Like I said, it's a ritual. It's awesome. I love that. I really
I
understand.
love it as well, and you connect because the physical print of an album is like having the band in your room because that was the sound that they pressed it into the vinyl with their sound. It's not
Yeah.
digital.
No, no, no. It's a beautiful, curvy wave.
Yeah,
No sharp bits.
no, that's it. I'd rather have that than zeros and ones. Let me tell you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just no. It's a beautiful thing. It's a
it
beautiful
is.
thing.
It is. Well, we'll chat more when you're over because you're over in November. Is that right?
In November, yeah,
Yes, wonderful. I'm sure we'll chat before about the tour. I might
14th. The
get you back on.
14th. The first show was in the 14th of November in Perth.
Wow, Perth, what a
In
place to start.
November, yeah.
Fantastic. You're gonna love it there.
Yeah,
And then in November, it's going to be as hot as it comes because it's going into summer. So,
I'm from Wales, mate. I'm used to the heat.
oh yeah, that's right. At least you're not, I mean, from Ireland, they get one day of sun, don't they? I mean, that's like, I've
Yeah,
got an Irish friend of mine who
that's
said, I don't know what the sun is.
yeah. I know. I know. I got to 15 before I realised you could take a raincoat off.
Yeah. You remind me of my dad in a very good way. Oh, bless him. All right, thanks for the chat, and
Absolute pleasure, my friend.
no worries. And honestly, cracker of an album. What a way to go on the
Thank
next
you
one.
so
So
much, man.
I'll be playing that thin, I'm sure. Anyway,
Fantastic. Cool.
take it
Looking
easy,
forward to
mate.
seeing you, my friend.
Yeah,
Take
see you in
care.
November.
Absolute pleasure. Really enjoyed that.
All right, mate. Bye, mate.